If you're running an e-commerce brand and you're struggling to get consistent sales, this is for you. Because today I'm going to be breaking down the exact strategy on how I help this brand scale from 5K months to over 100K months using Facebook ads and some smart marketing strategies. And no, this isn't one of those overnight success stories. It was built step by step with real creatives, real campaigns, something that you can implement today with your brand. So I'm going to walk you through everything, the exact ad strategy we use, what kind of creative converted the best, how we structured the campaigns inside the ads manager, and the key changes that helped us scale without burning the budget. So whether you're brand new to ads or you're already been running some ads but they're not getting consistent sales, this is going to be a great blueprint for you. And by the end of this, you'll not only know what we did and how we did it, but why it actually worked, so you can skip the guesswork and implement these strategies today. My name is Breana Wiggins, and I quit my 6-figure software job to help online businesses scale using Facebook ads. And over the years, I've helped over 100 brands scale online, and I've managed over $2 million in Facebook ad spend. So you're already getting knowledge from someone who's been in the game for a minute and has seen success using Facebook ads. So I'm just here to give some knowledge. So let's get into it. All right, so the industry and niche that this brand is in is specifically fashion. So it's a women's activewear brand called Bodyworks. And, they just sell gym wear, activewear. You can see the products here. So here's their Instagram, and you can see they're really growing their followers here, and they have some really, really nice content. And you can see they have a lot of it as well. So a lot of UGC content, which is really nice. So they make my job a lot easier by just providing me with a lot of content each and every week. And you could just see it here. So when they came to me, we started working together in August, and they were only running organic methods. So they weren't running any Facebook ads. So that's something that they wanted to do, was start to implement Facebook ads. And so we started doing that. In that first month, they hit 50K. So I can just show you guys here. So we started working together in August, and they made 52K, right? So I think prior to that, in July they had made 27,000. So we did increase their revenue in August. So that was a pretty good month. As soon as we started running Facebook ads, they were able to hit 52K. All right. And one thing that we did, because they didn't have any pixel on their website, so we had to just start fresh. We created a fresh new ad account. And one thing that we did was, because they already had a bunch of customers in their database already, something like 10,000, we just exported that list from Shopify. We imported it into Facebook and created a lookalike audience off of that. And if you don't know what a lookalike audience is, it's basically just a custom audience within Facebook that you can create based off some past data. And Facebook will just create a group of people that look like that exact same audience, okay? So we can see here conversion rate was 1.82. Their average order value was $81, which is really, really good. And their returning customer rate was 42%. So that's also pretty good. All right, so if we go to September, they made a little less money. And something that you have to understand with working with clothing brands and really any brand that has to buy a lot of inventory could become a big problem, right? Like if they don't have enough inventory one month, the sales could suffer drastically. And this is something that we've seen where we weren't able to scale because they didn't have enough inventory. So this was what we did in September. Average order value dropped a little bit, 77.58. So let's see what we did in October. We went up a little bit more, still just waiting for inventory and really just gearing up for Black Friday. So if we go to November, which was, Black Friday, they ended up doing 74K, right? So big jump from the previous month, only because they were actually prepared with inventory this month. And we were able to increase that average order value again to $88. So that was pretty good, with the returning customer rate of 34.6%. Then in December, they did around 50K. So once again, just the up and down with inventory. So that's one thing that you have to understand as you're scaling your brand, is being prepared for, inventory. And if you can't get like capital or funding, it could be very hard to scale. All right. So they weren't able to get a lot of capital or funding. So we were kind of just capped at, what we could do in that month. So they made 50K, but we were definitely preparing for a really big month in January because this is a women's activewear brand. And usually New Year's, everyone has the resolution of just getting in the gym. So we had, worked on getting a lot of inventory for January and running a lot of different deals and just running that angle of, new year, new you, getting in the gym. So let's just take a look at the ads manager in the month of November, which was Black Friday, when they did $74,000. We spent $7,800, made back $47,000 with the 5.97 ROAS. And if you ask me, that ROAS is amazing, like absolutely mind blowing. And even like their cost per purchase was $16.92. I think their break even is something like $32 or something. So they were way below that break even cost per acquisition, which is pretty good as well. And in December, let's just see what happened there. So in December, you can see we spent a little bit more than we did in November, and we made way less money, all right, with the 3.10 ROAS. So it's still good and decent, but it wasn't as good as it was in November. All right, so that's something that you have to understand is like, it's not always going to be just skyrocketing scaling, right? There's a lot of problems that you will face, and you have to maneuver those problems and solve them. And something that we struggled with in December was keeping the performance up with the content that we had. So one thing that you'll notice is ad fatigue is real. And if you're just running the same ads over and over, even if they did good previously, they're going to end up burning out. So you have to continuously test new creatives, and we couldn't find another creative that was really giving us the return that we wanted to see. So, we just kept on testing, and we were able to eventually find something in January, which I will show you here in a second. But just understand that's just part of it, okay? If you start to see performance decreasing, you need to make sure you're testing more creatives and just being strategic with it. So also one thing to mention is as you're running ads, it's very important that you are running email and SMS as well. All right, so if you don't have your flows set up, go ahead and go to a Klaviyo tutorial on YouTube or PostScript tutorial on YouTube and learn how to set up your email and SMS flows. And it's going to be very important because you're sending a lot of traffic to your site. And as you're sending a lot of traffic to your site, there's going to be people that, abandon checkout, or, they might add to cart and then leave, or they might just be browsing and they leave, or there's just like different things. They might just visit the site and not even add to cart. So make sure you want to hit those people back and just continuously keep them in the funnel and retarget them, because you really don't understand how much money you're leaving on the table. And with this brand, actually, when we first started working together, they were only running SMS, no email at all. And I made it a point to actually set up their Klaviyo because I knew how important it was to have your emails as well. So we end up setting up the Klaviyo, and they end up making like 10K in the month of January. So I'm just going to show you here. All right, so I'm going to show you here. So this is the month of December, right? This is when they first got their flows set up. So previous to that, they didn't make any money with emails, okay? So we can see the flows generated $2,000. They didn't send any campaigns either. So it was just from the flows, they made $2,000. But if you ask me, $2,000 extra dollars, I'll take it any day. All right, so let's move to the month of January. We can see the conversion value was $6,000 from our campaigns and $4,894 from the flows. All right, so over $10,000 that they made in the month of January just from their emails. Now imagine all these months that they didn't have it and they're just leaving money on the table. So make sure you implement your email and SMS flows as soon as you finish this video. So let's go back to the Shopify store and let's just go to the month of January. So this month, like I said, we were actually very, very prepared for the new year, and we knew it would go crazy, and we were able to make $118,000 during the month of January. All right, average order value, $81. Returning customer rate, 34%. All right, so let's see how much we spent on ads during that month. All right, so they end up spending $17,622 in ad spend and brought back $82,900 purchase conversion value with a 4.70 ROAS and a $19 cost per purchase. So very, very amazing metrics, even to be making over $100,000. So like I said, I just have to give them a lot of credit due to their creatives and their content. It's really, really good, and they produce a lot of it. And like I said, we knew that this month was going to go crazy just because it was January, start of the year. A lot of people getting in the gym, right? So, all right, so let's just look at some of their best performing ads just so you can get an idea of what works. So we're going to go to maximum, and I'm just going to hit ads. And let's just filter by purchases. All right, so let's just take a look at a couple of these. Check out this one, and this one. So this first one, we have a hook within our video. It says having a summer body in winter. And just the caption is just super simple. It says, look great, feel even better for 2025. Activewear designed to boost your confidence every step of the way. And then we were giving 25% off for New Year. So New Year, New Gear, 25% off. And if I just play this video, you could just see that she's just showing off the product, and she's showing off, you know, her body, which it says having a summer body in winter. So this is something that other women would desire to have. All right, so for this video, it just says, when y'all say the gym isn't a fashion show, I shut up. So it's just showing that you can actually still look good in the gym with their products. So she shows off different looks. And let's check out the last video. It says, when I say I hate the color red, I don't mean the shade. So it's just showing off a nice shade of red for this specific product and just showing it off. So a lot of these are really simple, and it's just taken from my iPhone. But one thing that I would say is like these hooks right here really can help you stop the scroll a lot faster and a lot longer because it has some text that people can read and it just grabs your attention. So definitely test out some of these hooks. Now, most of their winning ads are videos. We have tested some images that have done well also. So make sure you are testing multiple different type of creatives. All right, so all in all, one thing that I think that we can do better is just managing the inventory so we're able to scale even further to 200 and even 500K months. And the one thing that really worked well for us was just having a lot of different content that we could test and just making sure we're constantly sending out campaigns, sending emails and SMS so people don't forget about us. All right, so I hope you guys can take some of these strategies that I showed in this video and apply it to your brand today. And let me know if it helped out in the comments below. And that's going to be it for today. If you found this video valuable, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're interested in working with me, there's a link in the description to click and apply now, and I will reach back out to you personally. So if you're serious, let's get to work. I'll see you on the next one.